Et bienvenue sur ce deuxième épisode de Game of Thrones, ce Telltales Game. Nouvel épisode où je recommence. Où en étions-nous arrivés de cet épisode? Eh bien, nous allons découvrir Lord Ethan, qui est le nouveau Lord de la maison des Forrester. Puisque donc le père et le fils aîné ont été tués, que le deuxième fils il est en exil.
Ethan!
Voici le nouveau Lord, qui est donc un gosse qui a 10 ou 12 ans, je sais plus. Bon, c'est un gosse, voilà, il va être Lord.
Could you? He hides too well. And if he were smart, he would reveal himself.
I don't like this game anymore. Maybe something happened to him.
Ethan's fine. He's just forgotten this is a game.
J'avoue, il est tellement bien caché.
I win.
Congratulations, your lord.
Just a game, Ryan.
A stupid game. I don't like it.
He was worried you were gone.
I thought we'd never find you again.
I'm right here. And I promise, I'm not going anywhere.
Ah, vaut mieux pas, hein.
I wish Mira was here. And Asher. And Roderick.
I do too. But Mira's in King's Landing and...
Can't she come home? I don't want her to die too.
Ryan, she's perfectly safe, I promise you.
I don't want Garrett to die either. Maester Ortengrin said he got sent to the wall. I'll miss Garrett. He was nice.
He'll be fine. Garrett is smart.
C'est vrai que le destin de
No
la
one
famille
will
en
tell
peu
me
de
what
temps.
Garrett did, but it must have been serious. I heard Duncan and Sir Royland talking. They said someone will come here looking for revenge.
Everyone's worried about you, but I'm not. I know you'll protect us.
Who said they're worried about me?
Well, Sir Royland for one. He says you can't fight very well.
What?
And he calls you a milksop.
Sir Royland forgets himself.
I'll have him punished for saying that.
What does milksop mean?
I don't know. But I know it's not good.
Ethan, you should let Sir Royland teach you how to wield a sword. Like a man. He taught Roderick and Asher, and he even showed me how to fight. Properly, I mean.
A lord should know how to fight.
Do you remember when we were younger? When we all used to play here? You, me, Roderick, Asher. We'd all be out here for hours.
Ouais, c'est fini
Where
cette
was I?
époque.
You weren't born yet.
We had so much fun. But then everything changed. Roderick became so serious. The
Il a même
Lord
pas
in
pu être Lord,
training.
le mec,
He
quoi.
never smiled anymore. And Asher just got angry at everything. Promise me
pauvre
you won't be
famille,
like
quoi.
that. Please, just be you. I like you the way you are.
On
I know
verra,
a
on verra.
lord has many responsibilities, but you don't need to be like them.
May have to change.
I'd rather have my brother than a lord.
You'll have to have both, I'm afraid.
C'est bien, il va prendre son rôle au sérieux.
But
Voilà.
since you're the new lord, you can do
On peut manier un peu les
anything you want.
personnages.
I suppose.
On va voir ce qu'on peut faire de lui.
Everyone will have to do as you say. So I could have all the sweets I want.
If only it were that simple. It would be nice if someone did what I wanted for once.
You have to understand. Being Lord is a great responsibility. I can't just fool around.
Thank you for that, Roderick.
Quoi m'appelle
Lord
Roderick, cette
Ethan,
conne?
you're needed in the Great Hall at once. Quickly, on your feet.
Sérieux. Bon, alors voyons voir ce qu'on nous réserve. Puisque on est également en train de se faire envahir,
What's the
il me
matter?
semble.
Lord Whitehill has arrived, unannounced and certainly unexpected. He's come demanding justice.
Oui,
Can't
parce
he
qu'on a
meet with
tué-
Duncan?
on a-
He
parce qu'on a
is
tué
the
des Whitehill.
Castellan.
Stay with us. Please, Ethan.
He's demanding an audience with the Lord. We really must go.
It's your decision. You are the Lord.
If I were lord, I would command Ethan to stay with his family.
Allez,
Fine.
j'y vais.
if that's what's required of me.
Very well then.
Celui qui me traitait de chiffre molle. Tu dis quoi maintenant, petit con? Sir Roland. Ça fait pas, il va rien se passer. Alors, c'est la fin de la partie, du chapitre, je crois, parce que c'est très court. Ah non, c'est pas fini.
They showed up unannounced. Lord Whitehill is in a lather. I assume you explained to Lord Ethan why they're here?
Business with Garrett. I told him.
Lord Whitehill knows Garrett is a squire to this house. Or was, I suppose.
Was. It makes no difference. The Whitehills were clearly in the wrong, so don't give him any satisfaction. Out there, you were decisive and firm. Now do it again with these bastards.
Let's not do something rash. Things are bad enough as it is.
I can handle Lord Whitehill.
Well said, my lord.
Now is not the time to anger Lord Whitehill any more than he already is. He's got 5 times as many men, and the backing of House
Je
Bolton.
m'en fous, j'ai 10 ans, je suis responsable.
For ourselves. Only cowards and dead men roll over.
Là, le voilà. Resalut au fait, Spider. J'ai oublié de te resaluer. Désolé. Tu t'abonnes à la mienne comme ça. Bâtard.
The late Lord Forrester was no friend to me or my house.
On va
My only
l'énerver.
regret is I wasn't there to drive the dagger into his heart myself. I've been waiting for this day all my life. The Forresters finally get their due.
My father died a hero, fighting for the North against traitors and oath-breakers.
Aye! And look where that got him. And no bread and salt! What kind of fucking house receives a lord with no fucking bread and salt? You
Il est
bloody
sérieux.
amateur. No courtesies. I should have expected as much.
Calm yourself, old man.
You little fuck! That's how you talk to a lord? You Forresters have shit on us for generations. Well, now the Starks are no longer around to have your back, are they? We're the power in the north now.
Roose
Bande
Bolton
d'enfoirés.
is the Warden of the North.
Aye. And we've been his bannermen for 5 fucking centuries. You cunt.
Lord Ethan, you're losing control of this.
That's enough, Lord Whitehill.
I'm not finished. Maybe if you hadn't been so fucking greedy with the ironwood, things would have been different between us.
You
Parce
squandered
égoïste.
your share.
Our share was taken from us. We had no fucking choice but to harvest what was left.
What is it you want, Lord Whitehill?
Toi, t'as une tête chelou.
Your man, the squire. We were minding our own business, keeping the king's peace, as his lordship here said, when your man attacked us for no reason.
Hear that? Attacked for no reason.
No reason. You murdered his family.
Then you admit it was your man who killed my men. And a pig farmer at that. How do you answer for
J'ai un
your
motif pour une
squire,
très bonne raison.
Lord Ethan? He acted in your name. And you are the lord of this house.
We lost people too, Lord Whitehill. Your men murdered his entire family.
You lost pig farmers, not soldiers. Soldiers worth 100 of their type.
Quel
Where's the
bâtard.
fucking coward who killed my men? I know he's here. What have you done with him?
Allez, on
Took
va
care of
mentir.
it. He received his punishment and it's done. He's gone.
What? Gone? That was my justice to deliver, boy, and you denied me of it.
Oh, je suis vraiment en train de l'énerver.
Until I have my justice. Now bring me the coward who did it, or you'll answer to Roose Bolton. What kind of fucking house is this?
A house of honourable men.
Qu'est-ce que tu fous là,
Lady
toi?
Forrester.
You bellow like a wounded boar, Lord Whitehill. Have you forgotten your manners?
I mean no disrespect to you, my lady, considering your losses and all.
Tu parles.
But this is not over.
It's over when my son says it is.
This is over, Lord Whitehill.
Ethan is Lord of Ironrath now. By rights, his word is law here. If that displeases
Voilà.
you, then I trust you can find the door.
Allez, casse-toi.
That lad may be lord of this house, but Lord Bolton will have the final say. I'll send him a raven letting him know a Forrester man killed one of his own, that the new Lord Forrester lied to my face and denied me my justice. Then we'll see whose word is law.
You're a craven, Lord Whitehill.
On va l'énerver encore plus. Ah putain. Lui il est chelou. Lui il est très chelou. Je l'aime pas du tout. Il est moche. Et les gens moches sont des gens chelous.
He stood up to him like a true lord.
You were brave, my son. But you'll need to be braver still when Ramsay Snow arrives to see you bend the knee. Prepare a raven. We need to send word to Mira in King's Landing at once.
Ah, là on va aller à Port-Réal. Voir Mira.
Your sister
La
can
grande
help
fille.
us. Although just a handmaiden, she has Marjorie Tyrell's favour. And Lady Marjorie's betrothal to the king may be enough to keep the Boltons at bay. If it's presented to her as it should be.
Allez, on va essayer de gérer ça tranquillement. Alors, nous voici avec Mira. Une boîte de ferrugier.
Ethan made this for me.
C'est cool, ça sert à rien.
Asher sent me this coin to remember him. What a strange place, Essos.
Ah oui, c'est à qui est lui.
It was very kind of Lady Marjorie to give this to me. It once belonged to Lady Elena.
Car une broche.
Father, much excitement here in King's Landing for the coming wedding. Lady Marjorie has proven to be quite popular throughout the city. I do wish you and Mother could come, although I know it would be impossible under the circumstances. I miss all of you, and I look forward to the day you can.
Vous pourrez ressusciter pour venir me voir. Bah oui. Enfin, le père est mort, la mère non, c'est vrai qu'elle est pas morte encore, mais... Enfin, espérons qu'elle ne meure pas d'ailleurs, ce serait moche.
Wonders Made by Man, by Lomas Longstrider. A gift from Roderick.
Et... En fait, ce qui est marrant, c'est qu'elle ne sait pas que ses parents sont morts. Enfin, que sa mère et son grand frère sont morts.
I wonder if it's sunny at Ironrath today.
Elle a l'air... Ce que j'adore avec ce personnage, c'est qu'elle a l'air complètement défoncée. Je sais pas ce qu'ils ont à Port-Réal, mais...
It troubles me to even ask this of you, but you must appeal to Lady Marjorie to intervene on our behalf. She is our best hope, and can be a powerful ally, especially now when your family so desperately needs her help.
Ah, ça y est, on avance.
One moment.
Oh, sorry, milady. I didn't mean to disturb you. I can come back later if you'd like.
Allez, rentre.
No, it's fine. Come in.
Rentre, mon petit. Tu m'as l'air chelou, mais t'as l'air sympa.
Begging your pardon, milady, but you all right? If you don't mind my asking, you seem rather upset.
I'm just worried about my family.
Ah, letter from home, is it?
It's kind of you to ask.
Of course, milady. You've
Amazing.
always been kind to me.
Please hurry if you can. Lady Marjorie will be here any minute.
Of course, milady. You work for Lady Marjorie? I may be wrong, but it seems like you do.
I'm her handmaiden.
That's what I thought. I've seen you with her before. You seem like good friends. I saw Lady Marjorie just this morning, outside the Royal Sept, talking to Queen Cersei.
Cersei?
La fameuse reine.
They appeared to be having some sort of disagreement. I couldn't hear much, but...
What did they say?
I couldn't make out much, but I know they were talking about the Starks and House Forrester.
House Forrester?
I hope you're not in any kind of trouble. But I thought you ought to know. Most people don't tend to notice a call boy. Not in King's Landing, with so many lords and ladies about. You see and hear all sorts of things when people don't even know you're there.
Par contre, on doit la sentir ta présence. Ah, je suis vraiment salaud. Ok. Bon. Salut toi.
Lady Marjorie, you're early.
I was hoping there would be time for us to talk. Come, there's something we must discuss.
Moi, ce que j'aime bien, c'est le premier personnage connu de la saga qu'on rencontre en fait. Ça, c'est sympa.
From the day you arrived in Highgarden, I've thought of you more as a friend than as my handmaiden. A dear friend, in fact.
Thank you, my lady.
And you know how I feel about what's happened to your family. I feel your pain as if it were my own. What you've suffered is beyond imagining.
My family wrote me, my lady.
I don't doubt they must be overcome with grief. But you must not despair. We will get through this together.
Ah bah c'est facile pour
You must
toi.
understand there are limits to what I can say, especially here in King's Landing, now that I am to be queen. To have a handmaiden from the north whose family fought for Robb Stark. It raises questions at a time I can least afford. Cersei herself cornered me this morning outside the Royal Sept. She mentioned the northern girl in my service, and she painted you a traitor.
Elle peut parler,
She was
hein.
very pleased with herself.
How did you respond?
I told her you are one of my most trusted handmaidens, that you can hardly be blamed for the actions of your father and brother. Nonetheless, she demands an audience. She wants an apology of some sort, for what I don't know, but she's waiting for us now, and I promised I would bring you to her. I wouldn't ask this of you if it were not important. I cannot afford any conflict with Cersei with the wedding so near.
What do I say?
Find a way to appease her. Humor her. Tell her what she wants to hear.
J'hésite. J'avoue que j'hésite.
See if the Queen Regent is ready to receive us.
Salut beau gosse.
You'll be fine. I know you will. You may
Oh,
feel
sorcier,
one thing,
oui.
but you must say
Je suis
another.
super confiant.
Good luck.
Oh, file-lui un peu de bœuf au pire, et puis voilà. hein. Vu que t'as l'air d'en consommer plein, toi. Oh, il y a Tyrion, on dirait. Cool.
You can do this.
Allez, je dois avancer. Oh, c'est quoi ce procès, quoi? Tyrion et Cersei.
Ah, Lady Marjorie. Aren't you looking lovely this evening?
Lord Tyrion. Your Grace? With your permission, allow me to introduce Lady Mira of House Forrester.
I am honored, Your Grace.
Yet not honored enough to kneel, I see.
Putain, gueule.
House Forrester is a northern house loyal to the king.
Are they?
I beg your pardon, Your Grace.
I wasn't talking to you. I want to hear from the girl. Is your family loyal to the king?
Perhaps you should ask the new Lord Forrester.
He's not here, is he? She is.
House Forrester's loyalty to the crown never
On va faire des
wavers,
petites
Your
réponses
Grace.
un peu, on sait pas trop.
I
tu vois.
see. And yet, for centuries the Forresters have been loyal bannermen to House Stark. A house of traitors.
Ah, c'est clair, oui.
They were the wardens of the North. We all served at the pleasure of the king.
Clever girl.
Perhaps too clever for her own good.
The girl did say their loyalty was unwavering.
She has a talent for equivocation, yet I question what she really thinks. Is your house willing to swear fealty to your new liege lord, Roose Bolton?
Roose Bolton also served the Starks, Your Grace.
And proved his loyalty to the crown by bringing their house to a swift and sudden end. Old allegiances are not easily abandoned. But now that the war is over, we must look to rebuild and forge new alliances. There are ships and shields to be built, and Joffrey will need a steady supply of ironwood for his armies. I'm told there are others who would happily serve that purpose, but I trust we can rely on House Forrester.
Forster Ironwood does seem rather unique.
To our mutual benefit, Your Grace.
And at the pleasure of the house. I imagine you'd do almost anything to prevent that from happening, wouldn't you? Ask any Lannister, and they'd do whatever was necessary to save Casterly Rock. It would be unfortunate to see another house lay claim to what's yours.
Allez, je vais me taire.
Or nothing, perhaps. It's hard to tell either way.
What would you have the girl do, Cersei? It's not
Ouais,
as if she
bonne
fought
question.
beside the Starks, wielding a battle axe for the Northern Army.
It raises an interesting question, I suppose. Can we truly blame those who end up on the wrong side of the wall? Our dear Marjorie here was betrothed to Renly Baratheon on the false assumption that he would one day rule the Seven Kingdoms. Can we fault her for her mistake? Should she be held accountable?
I won't judge her, Your Grace. I wasn't there. I didn't face her decisions.
Aren't you a delightful girl? If only one could flit through life without ever holding an opinion of their own.
If there's a point to this, I hope you find it quickly.
Il se fout trop de sa gueule,
Loyalty can
Calon,
be
c'est
such a hard
magnifique.
thing to define. This city alone is filled with all sorts of ambitious opportunists looking to reinvent themselves.
Ouais, on est même
Pretending to
sur
be
le trône,
something
hein.
they're not. Who knows what lurks within their hearts? You are a girl from the north, here in service to Lady Marjorie. One can only assume her interests are yours. Yet loyalty to a king, that must be absolute, beyond question. And if your loyalties were to become conflicted between your king and the very person whom you serve, what would you do then? I'm sure let the girl answer the question.
I must choose Marjorie, Your Grace. I serve at her pleasure.
Clearly your handmaiden does not have her priorities straight.
She is a threat to the crown, isn't she? The most dangerous handmaiden in all of King's Landing.
She's headstrong, isn't she? Not surprising, I suppose, for a northern girl. But not very encouraging either. I'd like a word with you, if I may.
Of course, Your Grace.
I'll walk you out. This may come as a surprise, but I met your father once, at the tourney at Lannisport. Even then he didn't trust Roose Bolton. We only spoke briefly, but your father struck me as an honorable man. You have my condolences for his loss. These would be trying times for your family, even under the best of circumstances.
Thank you, Lord Tyrion. That's very kind of you to say.
You were brave to declare your loyalty to Lady Marjorie. No doubt she was pleased, but Cersei... She will not soon forget what you said.
Je m'en fous de
It
Cersei.
was quite the first impression.
Ah bah voilà.
I, of course, found it all highly entertaining. But it certainly wasn't what Cersei was expecting.
I
Bon,
did
je vais
it
dire
for
ça
Lady
quand même pour
Marjorie.
pas...
As you should. And of course she has your best interests at heart. My sister and I have our differences. She takes great pleasure in her little charades. I take mine in thwarting them. We must find our amusements where we can. She threatened to give your ironwood to another house. It is the Master of Coin who decides such matters. The crown needs boats. Boats need wood, and I speak for the crown in this regard. Not her.
You can help my family.
I suppose the crown could be persuaded to secure ironwood from House Forrester. Lady Marjorie might not look favorably on such an alliance, and it would infuriate Cersei. Although what would be amusing for me might prove rather dangerous for you and your house. Are you willing to risk that?
It's a risk I'm willing to take, Lord Tyrion. Please.
You are a brave girl, aren't you? I'll consider it. Now, if you'll excuse me, I promised Sansa I would join her for dinner tonight. 3 beautiful bottles of Dornish wine await my arrival.
Good night, Lord Tyrion.
Just be careful. This is not the North. King's Landing can be a nest of vipers to the uninitiated.
Bon bah voilà. Attends, encore avec elle.
Mira,
Salut toi.
I was worried. How was it? Cersei has a way of looking at you as though you're nothing.
It went well.
Really? That's a relief. Cersei is known for being rather difficult.
Ouais, c'est une pute en fait, hein, tout simplement.
Lady Marjorie has spent the entire day working on seating arrangements for the wedding. Of course, you and I are seated way at the back, here with the 4th cousins and the 9th-born sons. Ah, Sir Jaime. I wouldn't mind tarnishing that white cloak of his.
Sarah?
What? It's true. And Oberyn Martell, the Red Viper. I'm told he has a paramour.
He is quite handsome.
And quite passionate, from what I've heard. Perhaps Lady Marjorie could make the right introductions. Who knows? We might meet our future husbands. Although, marrying a king, I can only imagine what that would be like. Would you marry Joffrey if it meant you'd become queen? He does have a certain look about him, and he's always treated Lady Marjorie well.
Non, c'est
I'd
vrai,
be
merci.
willing to marry, but not Joffrey.
Well, I would marry him. Imagine the power you would have as Queen of the Seven.
T'as vraiment aucun honneur, hein, parce que Geoffrey,
I might even
franchement...
allow you to be my handmaiden. Let's see, who else should we marry off? Brienne of Tarth and Tyrion Lannister. What a perfect match. Sir Bronn and...
What are you doing? Well?
I'm sorry, my lady.
As am I. We shouldn't have been messing about.
This is not a game. It's a battle plan. Allies and enemies can be made with every move. Yet they say it is men who are powerful. The Queen was rather disappointed by your display.
Je m'en
Mira.
fous de la reine.
I'm just glad it's over. King's Landing can be exhausting sometimes. There's always someone to please or some perceived slight to smooth over. I fear it will only get worse when I am queen.
Once they know your true heart, the lords and ladies will have no choice but to love you.
Do you agree?
Once you are queen, the lords and ladies will do their best to please you.
You learn very quickly.
Ah, c'est bien, t'es contente alors.
Your
J'aime
words
bien
to
non plus
Cersei
dans la
were
série.
brave, but I know you must fear what the Boltons might do to your family. I do appreciate your willingness to appease her, as difficult as it may have been.
Thank you, my lady. There's been something on my mind. Something important. I did have a favor to ask of you in return.
Whatever you wish to say, you can say it in front of Sarah. There are no secrets between us.
It's about my family.
I trust her.
Allez, on va la laisser avec nous. Elle sera contente.
Go on. Ask.
Forgive me, my lady. I wouldn't otherwise ask this of you, but my mother insisted. It's about my family.
Ramsay Snow. What would you have me do?
My mother fears our family will suffer if Ramsay is left to do as he likes. She thought, if a raven could be sent to the Boltons to let them know House Forrester has the protection of the crown. I know it's a lot to ask of you, and I wouldn't otherwise, but she insisted.
Effectivement, tu vas pas avec le dos de la cuillère, toi.
That is no small request, especially now.
I know, my lady, and I wouldn't ask this of you.
Joffrey knows only too well your family fought for the Starks, and now you would have me ask him to intervene. Is the situation that dire?
You can't, my lady. King Joffrey won't like it. Just think how he turned on Lady Sansa. Please, Lady Marjorie, I beg of you. I fear for my family's safety.
I don't know, Mira. If Cersei were to find out...
Oh.
Don't let the Queen go. You have power over him, Lady Marjorie, as no one else does. Not even his mother. Ramsay Snow will arrive at Ironrath within the week. I would never ask this of you if it weren't so urgent.
Allez, aide-moi! Sois cool.
Very well. I'll make your request, but I cannot promise anything.
Thank you, my lady. I will send a raven to my family at once.
Ah, dis donc. C'était pas simple à convaincre, toi. Alors que franchement, une petite gâterie à l'ado, là, et c'est bon, quoi. Alors, on poursuit cet épisode. Super. Quel con ce cheval.
Let's play a little game, shall we? Did you know my ancestors wore the skins of their enemies as a coat?
Discrétion absolue.
Not my best work, unfortunately. I suppose I have fallen out of practice. But he didn't make it easy, what with all that bloody noise.
Like a drowning cat. I thought he'd never stop.
As my father likes to say, a naked man holds few secrets. But the flayed man holds none.
Pity he didn't know your father is the Warden of the North.
He does now. How much further is it to these Forresters?
A day, my lord. Two at most.
Je crois qu'il fallait juste attendre, en fait.
What was that?
My lord?
Shh. Listen. There. Hear that? I know I heard something.
Allez, je cours, rien à foutre. Georges des Esmés. N'importe quoi. Putain, je pensais qu'ils étaient tentés de me tirer dessus. Bah putain. Ah, revoici
Lord
leur détail.
Ethan, as I was saying, you are young. And there are those within these walls who are uncertain of your leadership. But 300 generations of Forester Lords stand behind you.
300 piles, hein, comme par hasard, bien sûr.
The Tall, who founded our house, and your grandfather, Lord Thorin the Bold, who seized back the river valley from the White Hills.
What did they call my father?
Lord Gregor the Good.
Le bon.
He was fair and wise.
And what will they call me?
That is for you to define as the new Lord.
These were your father's people to lead and protect, and now they're yours.
But your father did not bear this responsibility alone.
He and every Forester Lord before him chose one man whom they trusted above all others,
the Lord Sentinel. Forester traditions demand that a new Lord Sentinel must be chosen.
Keep walking, you craven son of a whore. Move! Summon the Lord! We need his judgment.
Aha.
I've done nothing wrong! I was only trying to survive!
Lord Ethan. Miss.
You spoke of judgment, Sir Royland. What judgment is that?
This craven is a deserter and a thief.
This house is doomed!
Ah ouais.
We all fucking know it!
Quiet, thief. Eric was supposed to be guarding our weapons, but instead we caught him stealing them.
2 shields and 3 spears.
Is what Sir Royland said true?
Yes, my lord. I fled. We should all flee. It's not stealing if you're taking what's yours by right.
He speaks true. Right.
I've a family to feed. They're not 2 coins to rub together since Lord Gregor left us to rot here. Where's our pay? Our share of bread and wine grows smaller every day.
Leave the poor man alone.
Let it go.
Lord Ethan, I know these words are hard, but they're honest. This house is falling. We'll never survive the coming winter.
Then you admit to the crime, in front of all gathered here.
I am only what this house made me. You cannot expect a man to live on loyalty alone.
Ah ouais?
You'll address him as Lord. Lord Ethan, you must decide the punishment. Lord Gregor always took a thief's fingers. 3 of them.
Now may not be the time for harsh punishment. The men are on edge as it is.
Men need to know they cannot do whatever the fuck they please. Their lord will not permit it.
He's a thief. We can send him to the war.
Leave the man alone. Show him mercy, my lord. He stole from us. Deserved it. Make him pay for what he stole. Give us justice.
I will decide.
Send him to the war.
Alors, qu'est-ce que je vais te faire?
Take his fingers. He's a thief.
If you punish me, you'll be punishing an innocent man. It will be an injustice, my lord. Please, my lord. My family depends on me.
Allez, on va être méchant.
Ethan of House Forester, Lord of Ironwrath, name you a thief. The price for your crime is 3 of your fingers.
No, please, my lord! My lord, please! Please, no!
Et comme ça va être gore.
Normally it is the Lord's duty to carry out the sentence. But I am willing to carry it out.
I will carry out the sentence.
Hardcore.
This is injustice, my lord!
Ta gueule. Voilà, faites pas chier. Allez, va chialer ailleurs, tapette. Mais pourquoi il est aussi méchant? J'ai
That
déjà 40
was
minutes de
certainly
vidéo.
unpleasant, but a lord must mete out punishment when it's due.
Not just yourself, of course.
I did what I had to do, and it didn't bother me.
You heard what the thief said. I expect this sort of thing will happen again. But a sentinel can help you in the face of disloyalty. You need someone you can trust by
Oui,
your
c'est
side.
bon, on va la nommer ta sentinelle, tu vas être content.
Someone you can rely on, no matter the circumstance.
And I'm sure you think you'd be the perfect choice.
Me? Oh, gods, no. I can't get involved. I am a maester. At the Citadel, I swore an oath to serve as such.
There are two capable men for the role. They both want the job, but neither thinks very highly of the other.
How do I decide between them?
Talk to them. Solicit the opinion of people close to you. Here, the bracer of the Sentinel. The badge of office. Tonight is your first small council meeting. It would be wise to bestow this bracer upon your chosen Sentinel then, to show that you are decisive and in control of this house. Your Sentinel will wear this for all to see.
I'll make the right choice as Sentinel.
Come speak with me when you're ready to convene the small council, my lord.
Je vais faire comme la dernière fois, je vais même pas leur parler. Pas du tout envie de savoir à quel point ils ont envie de me sucer la bite.
Maester?
Yes, Lord Ethan. Are you prepared to name your sentinel?
Yes, Maester. I'm ready.
Very well. I will convene the small council at once.
Ah bah il faut que tu commences, Spider. Je pensais que tu étais déjà installé ton jeu. Je pensais que tu avais même commencé déjà. Alors, qui vais-je choisir comme sentinelle?
You may sit.
I believe Lord Ethan has reached his decision.
Before I name my sentinel, I must tell you. There was one man who stood above all others.
Je suis un bâtard.
Many thought either of you would make a fine sentinel, but I have made my decision.
Et je vais choisir toi, ou toi, peut-être ma mère, toi. Ce sera
Sir
toi.
Roland de Gore, you will be my sentinel.
Gods be praised. You've done well, Lord Ethan. You won't regret this.
A poor choice, my lord. Forgive me for saying so, but it's true.
Huh.
Now, sentinel, what do you have to report of Ramsay Snow?
My scouts say he's a day's ride away. We've no time to waste. He'll arrive before any of our allies could be here.
Who knows what he's capable of? We need to prepare for the worst.
We can handle Ramsay Snow. He doesn't scare me.
The Boltons need our people to harvest the ironwood. Even the bastard Ramsay must understand that.
He's not coming here to negotiate. We must answer with the sword.
That's bloody suicide. You gamble with the lives of everyone within these...
I knew this would happen.
bâtard.
He cannot be trusted.
This is the small council, is it not?
I will hear from my sentinel.
Voilà,
Please.
à batterie faible.
The Bolton sigil is a flayed man. Force is the only thing they understand. Put every man who can hold a spear or crossbow on the wall, and make the bastard fill his boots with piss.
He would see it for the empty gesture that it is, and have us flayed. We must take a measured approach, my lord.
Gentlemen, please. Thank the gods Mira has asked Lady Marjorie for her help. It's not too late for the Crown to intervene on our behalf, but we must have a plan if Mira's efforts are not successful. I trust Mira's judgment. I don't doubt she did everything within her power to help us.
We all must agree on the plan. We cannot leave until we have a consensus.
Ugh. Why not make an offering for peace, my lord?
Yeah, the wisdom of the Citadel.
We can give the Boltons ironwood in exchange for their protection.
You must be mad. It's pure folly to just give away the only currency we have to bargain with.
Enough!
Faut que je fasse un plan avec ces demeurés là.
My sentinel is skilled in the ways of war. Our forces may not be at full strength, but our men are willing to take on this fight. I think Ramsay Snow will see that too.
They may be willing, but are they able, my lord?
My lord, casting aside diplomacy means giving up our best chance to come through this safely.
Ethan has made his opinion known, and you will respect his decision.
Forgive
Même
us,
si
my
c'est
lord.
complètement con.
We are, of course, here to serve you, as we served your father.
Aye.
Well then, let's decide how we shall set the stage for Ramsay's arrival.
You meet him at the gate with as much force as we can muster. Make him wait. Let him gaze upon Ironrath. And when he enters, he'll know it's only because you allowed it.
We don't have enough soldiers to strike fear in a madman like Ramsay Snow.
Oh, ta gueule, t'as
Invite
perdu.
him into this hall and meet him face to face, lord to lord.
Lord Ethan?
I will meet him at the gate.
Very good, my lord. I shall prepare the men.
Men? We hardly have any. It's a foolish plan.
Tu vas la
That's enough from
fermer.
you, Tuttle. Lord Ethan has spoken. Obey his command.
I've faithfully served this house for far too long to sit here and listen to this. Forgive me, my lord, but you are far too young to be the lord of this house. You're likely to get us all killed.
Sit down at once.
Voilà, ta gueule.
Apologies, my son. But now that it is settled, we know what we must do. You will meet Ramsay Snow at the gate, and we will not offer our ironwood.
No matter what, I will stand beside you, my lord, where your sentinel belongs.
Ah bah t'as intérêt, hein.
Then
Quand
perhaps
je suis
we
ton
should
plan de
adjourn.
connard.
We have to prepare the house.
Alors, l'épisode est quand même plus long que
Lord,
prévu, hein, je tiens à vous
I
le
have
dire.
faithfully served this family for many years. I sent my own nephew to the wall to protect you. Just remember that. Forgive me.
There will always be those who question your leadership, which is why you need allies you can rely on. Family. Mira has done everything she can in King's Landing, but there are others who can help us. What about your brother, Asher?
You want to bring him back?
He's a skilled fighter. But what's more, he has the will to fight. A hunger for it. He always protected you and your sister. And we need all the help we can get.
Yes, I hear what you're saying.
Do you remember the miller's boy? How he tormented you? I wanted to intervene, but your father said Ethan must fight his own battles. But when
Bah fous-moi la paix, la vieille, alors.
he didn't take a breath. He grabbed the miller's boy by the neck. That was his first instinct. Asher knocked out half the poor boy's teeth. Of course, your father was furious, but you were in danger and there was nothing else Asher needed to know. Asher does not hesitate. He acts, and we need that. You have many fine qualities, but you do not have that anger inside you.
Asher is dangerous and unpredictable. His presence could help or hurt.
Je veux qu'il vienne,
Having
moi.
another sword at your side always helps, especially now. I'm trying to do what's best for this family, what this family needs. Ethan, let me send Malcolm to Essos.
Fine. Malcolm will go to Essos and bring Asher back.
Allez, le figurant.
Thank you, Ethan. I'm glad you will let me do this. Know that you never stand alone. You are a Forrester. Mira stands with us, and she may be able to help us yet.
Bon, alors je vais voir si on arrive à la dernière partie. Dans ce cas-là, je finirai l'épisode. Sinon, dans ce cas-là, je veux dire, je finirai le premier épisode du jeu. Non, mais je pense que je vais arrêter là, parce que là, on est quasiment 1 heure. Donc, on fera le premier épisode du jeu en 3 parties. Partie que je jouerai prochainement. Donc là, je vais vous quitter. Et bien, merci en tout cas d'avoir suivi cet épisode. On a vu que donc un Lord Ethan vraiment très autoritaire. On ne sait pas ce qui va se passer. On le verra bien. Merci à tous d'avoir suivi. Voilà, je vous dis à tous bye bye et à la prochaine pour de nouvelles